Hello, I'm Scott. I'm the breathing guy. I'll train you to use the core breathing part of the exercise of developing your balance, reestablishment. This title of this video is Balance Exercise for All Ages. This is Series 1, Standing Up Straight. Part of my challenge is so you can find the technique and understand how to do them in a way that's truly effective to bring your balance back or slow down the process or enhance the quality of your physical being. That's the goal of this approach. It's based on a Qigong, Tai Chi, and some other approaches. So this is the origin and involved. So this is the third video, and I'm going to go quickly through. We got a core breathe. That means pushing the belly button out at a 30-degree angle and exhale, pulling in. This is actually called baby breathing. This is how babies breathe. So when you push your belly button out, the lats back here, your back expands out like that. As you're exhaling, you're going to say, as you push your belly out, the lats are out and the chest opens up. As they exhale, lats collapse, and so there's a slight oscillation between here and here for expansion of the chest. It's engaging the whole torso. So this is standing up straight. First rule, toes straight ahead. First thing, tip your hips slightly forward so you can breathe here. Developing these muscles. If you have poor balance now, the atrophy kicked in this area down here, and you have to use it with breathing. So you got the first part here is pushing your belly out. These go up. As you're exhaling, these go down. Toes, working the feet. You want 50-50 balance between the ball and heel, so they're center. So you're like in the center of your arch. You feel your weight is the idea there. And then you slowly bring your knees down over. If in time, if it gets too hard, inhale, come up and do some movement. Exhale and go back down. So you can move it. If you can keep it this position for a while, it's good. That's toning and softening your shoulders. The hips. Now, if this is weak here, your shoulders are tight. So how do you soften the shoulders? If you can't soften the shoulders, you cannot soften the body. 2, tight shoulders limits range of breathing. And we're dealing with balance. Balance is about range of movement and how to tone your muscles so you can maintain that relationship feet, between hips, feet, then from hips up, shoulders, and have everything in alignment so everything flows. And that means you're going to have feelings across your chest of being tight here and finding those, being aware of those. Don't push it. This is a progress. This is a step by step. Better you can do that, get better here differently, the better balance you will have. And it's your choice. This is a physical approach of you being aware of what your body is doing in the form of balance. And standing up straight is the definition of having balance. That's the beginning, then walking. So this is how we begin. So lining yourself out, I don't care if you're anywhere like this. First thing is, tip your hips forward so you can move the belly button. Line your feet up straight. Now, if you can do it without shoes, it makes it stronger. But if you need your feet are really bad, get orthotics. So your feet have alignment along the outside edge of your foot. Some people I know have issues with the ankles themselves or this or that. Go to a good place that gives you orthotics. And so the balance of the feet, then you work from the feet and hips relationships because they'll pull muscles. It will change the feelings through here and you work with it. You release it. You get your range of motion more. If it's tight and this is normal, you know that's a restriction of range of motion. That's the one way you can look at it. So I want you to just inhale and blow out your mouth. Lips, out your lips, and let your shoulders drop. Inhale, you can move up and down a little bit, press your toes in the floor, then release the toes to exhale. And let your hands. Now hands, inhale. That will help you breathe and let your chest, lats, the back expand. Exhale. Let your lats collapse. The back here and collapse so your shoulder. And you'll see where my hands are on my side. Not like this, not like this. And if you're leaning forward and you notice, look where my hands are. You can always tell in the head like this. How do you bring it back? Hips first. Now that will allow you to bring your back, shoulders up. Inhale, up and down, and then just let yourself drop. But center your hips in the neutral so you can move the belly button. That's how you can test if your hips in right alignment. And ball. And if you feel yourself falling forward, let your shoulders straighten you out, like up at the top. Rebalance, you'll line your spine up. And ball. Finding your balance, being aware, increasing your awareness. Your center is a combination of the brain receiving the stimulus of the body, but then the mind itself being aware of the stimulus in such a fashion that you can do something. But awareness, because if you're thinking too much, you're not being aware. That's it. Thinking by definition is abstract thoughts or talking to yourself. That's it. If you have a word, you're thinking. But being aware, mindful, zone state, there's no abstract. You're just aware of everything around you. So set yourself up. So the next exercise I want you to do after you get in this position, after 10 or 15 breaths of reshaping, softening the shoulders, is the chin, the head again. Inhale, go down, like this. Exhale, then let it rise up, bringing the chin. Think of the chin going up, not your nose. Feel the pull. Let your align. Inhale. Halfway up, shape your body, bring your neck in shape. Inhale more. Pause again, squeeze your glutes. Inhale a little bit more. Squeeze glutes. Now exhale, release glutes. Push them down as your belly button goes in. Watch my hands. Toes down, hands, pause. Work it if you want. Exhale. Soften down. On every exhale, soften, reshape your body. Get your spine, move your hips even a little forward if you need. So it's more, you'll feel it. Center your hips over the middle of your foot, over the arch. That's a sensory input for balance. If you can't do it, hold it, hold something from the beginning. But just coming down like this and try to find. You can use your toes, and if you're barefoot, it's more you can do more exercise strong. Otherwise, put orthotics on in your shoes and involve. So the next one at the head, involve. Inhale, go to the side, just tilt, and then shape your body for that. Feel the pull. Don't try, don't force it. It's just like let the own weight, don't let the shoulder go, just let it keep it down by opening your hands down. And so you're pushing your fingers down, down at the same time as the head's going to the side, you can go to the side. Exhale. Or try this one. Exhale going back. This is better for this one. Exercise. Inhale. See my hand open? Now push your shoulder down at the same time. Inhale. Push your stomach out and your head will come up naturally. I'll give you an exercise for picking up using your core. Exhale. Go directly to the side. Pause anytime, reset yourself. Inhale. Open hand. Exhale. Pause. Soften shoulder, reshape your head. Exhale more. Soften hand. But let it push down. Let the shoulder go down. Use the little finger. Point the little finger straight down. Just point the, see what I'm doing with my little finger? Just point it down. Like you're pushing pulling the shoulder on with that little finger going down. Then when you're gonna come up, inhale, soften a little bit. Push your stomach out, expand the lat, and the head will come up to center naturally. Exhale. It's very relaxing. Eyes half closed. Eyes almost closed. If you can do it with eyes closed, fine. Stay there for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your nose up. You can turn your head, but that doesn't do that. Keep your head square. Bring your head back when you inhale. Soften the shoulders. Every exhale, work on shoulders at this stage. This is basic. Make sure the hips, if you can soften the shoulders, the hips can come softer. Then you're more grounded. You'll feel the weight. And believe me, it's going to exercise. It's going to tone these muscles up that you haven't engaged. You're shaping your body differently. So now you can breathe more. If you can breathe, your range of motion, your breath in your torso is increased, you will have better balance. I can promise you that for sure. Then the linking down to feet. Your feet, you can't have them contorted, distorted. That limits balance range, and you have to train it. You literally have to exercise your toes, foot, and ankle. And that goes through Tai Chi and stuff. We'll do that. But even with a strap, a rubber strap could help you. That's it. So you got two exercises. One going down, exhale, and think of the key pointing out. Bring your head back as you inhale and straight up. Exhale. Don't try to lean your head forward. Just literally keep your head straight and pull your neck as best you can. If you can't go too far because your neck is out of line, just go as far as you can. Don't push it. It's the way you repeat the motion will increase the range. Not struggling, not muscling it. That will not work. You have to gently release your body, gently increase your range of motion. You try to push it, you're going to have a reaction when you're older, past 60 particularly, 70 like me. You're going to have a reaction. Don't do that. If something's going to pull, tighten up needlessly. You're trying to gently making your body soft. You made your body tight, stiff, all these years. Now you have to consciously unwind it, release it, soften it for fluidity, not weakness. Do not confuse the word soft and weak. Two different things. Softness is fluid, can be very powerful, like water. Weakness, there's nothing to work with. There is nothing energy can do with the muscle if it's weak. You can engage in weakness determines strength. But understanding those two exercises. Next exercise I want you to do is have your feet even. You can have it a little closer if you have that ability, or just, but right now, just neutral. Shoes off. And all I want you to do is same thing after you do all that, soften down, and see your fingers, just inhale, pause, soften shoulders, shape your body. Inhale. Now look at my palms. Look how they're bending backwards. Look at my elbows soft. Make sure you out and move. Inhale. Bring it. Then as you slowly pause, soften shoulders. Exhale. Release the toes. Go to the side. Let your shoulders expand out like this. Because when you do this, your lats can come apart with your breath. Push your belly button, pull up on the glutes, these little glutes. And let your wrist out like you're lifting a pot up to your mouth. Pause, soften shoulders, shape. Give yourself some time. Let your release. Let everything conform. Shape your spine, shape your hips, feet. And then as you're turning it, now shape your head back and now turn. Now think of your fingers. Pull back on your ring finger and little finger and let your thumb go forward. So in the inhale, I want your thumb to expand and your fingers to come up. And you're using this finger and the thumb to bring it up. And as you're turning, you're softening these fingers, just barely have enough energy. And then you slowly, and then point the fingers flat like you're pushing a pole down. And you're letting your toes relax. And if you can, pull them up a little bit. And soften shoulders. You're going to be aware, but having the spine, the head in alignment to a greater degree than you have it now. The goal is having better, if you want to say hip, shoulders, and head alignment than you have now will improve your balance with your feet. The feet has to be engaged. You can't have your feet going two different directions, your ankle's weak. You can't develop it. So the relationship between hips and feet is very, for stability, directional force, but the shoulders up here for breathing and softness. If these are tight, you're going to be off balance. Like having a top, put a tack up here. You always want to lean forward. When you walk or move, you want to move from here, not from here. So the straighter you are, and the more you use your feet to step off, believe it, when you're walking, and you're walking from your hips, not from your chest. That reinforces muscles coordination to be different as an awareness. As we deteriorate and we're not aware, we're just aware we're like this. We don't even know where, sometimes you see a picture that you're so far forward, your balance is off, till it really goes down. So this is the third video. This is Scott, the breathing guy. This is balance exercise for aging, standing up straight.